Hey guys, it's your girl Tower Crush back with another review, and this time I am going to review Insecure on HBO, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Portia and her family matters. If you would please hit my subscribe button right down there, please. And if you don't, thank you for just watching. And if you're wondering why am I doing, because y'all don't be watching my videos like that, and I'm not going to be editing two separate videos for a little bit of content when I know probably only 5 people gonna watch it. But I want to talk about it, so that's what I'm doing. So, okay, so Insecure. Where is she going with this? Okay, so I haven't reviewed Insecure in a few weeks because, again, y'all wasn't really fooling with my Insecure reviews, but I love the show and I just feel like I want to do it, and so here I am. So it's been a few weeks since I actually reviewed. So we've seen Molly really make it well, I don't think I even talked about the Lawrence episode, but we've seen Lawrence and Condola's connection, how their dynamic is changing since the baby's been born. We saw how she actually let him know that the baby was born, which was, kind of happenstance. She just kind of caught him after the baby was already here, instead of allowing him to get there, to see his son born. And we saw them with a lot of friction, trying to present a united front for the baby's sake, but showing a lot of friction in public. And, he was living in San Francisco, which meant he was having to commute back and forth on a plane to see his child every other weekend, every weekend, or whatever, however often it was a lot. And so he decided that that wasn't really working for anybody, and he decided to move back to Los Angeles. Mind you, Issa thought that he was living in San Francisco. She didn't know he moved back, but she ran into him at the hospital. Him, her, and the baby. Yeah, and she was like, she was just shocked to see them or whatever, and she just kind of kept it moving. And, it's just, I don't know, it's just weird to see him back and to see, him and Condola and their dynamic, because it's like he's really pushing himself into that situation. And I don't know if it's so that they can be together or just so that she can trust him more as a parent. But I don't really want Lawrence with Condola, and I don't really want Issa with Nathan. I don't. I want Issa with Lawrence. There are plenty of stepmothers. Look at Gabrielle Union. She's a stepmother. She's a great stepmother or whatever. So being a stepmother, there's nothing wrong with that. I can understand her bougie friends because only one of them got a baby and she's married. So I can understand them not really wanting that for her, but they don't know what's for her. That it didn't happen. It ain't like he got her pregnant while they was together. They were on a break. They were broken up. And, it's just weird. And I want to see Issa and Lawrence get back together. But I don't like her inconsistency, like right now. Like, she was just ready to call Lawrence, and then she just, lets Nathan call and apologize. And I think that's just mighty slow of her, because I don't know exactly how that's going to end up. Is she going to miss out on the love of her life? Because we saw Lawrence calling her, and we saw her not answer. So I don't know. I'm not really happy with that. I wanted her to answer the phone. I want them to have a good conversation and figure out what's really what, because that can't be the end, what we saw happen when she was picked up and she was just like, yeah, I had some time to think, and I figured that. No, we need more than that. I need closure. I need closure. So no, you're going to have to answer the phone, Issa. You got to put your big girl panties on and answer the phone. Don't listen to Molly. Molly ain't got no healthy relationship. Why you going to listen to her? Why would you ever listen to Molly? Molly don't know nothing about nothing. And when she does get something, she always chases it away. So no, we're not going to listen to Molly. Next time you follow your heart. Follow your heart. Okay, so Molly, let's talk about her. Now, she's been going through it with her mother and her father, because basically, remember, she was trying to get them to do get their estate planning together, for when they pass on, so that their affairs will be in order. And, they said that they was going to try to do it. They was going to, get back with her on it. And lo and behold, Mama has a stroke. And she goes in the hospital, and Molly is kind of finding her, finding her second self, her second childhood, I guess you could say, because when she got the call, her mom was in the hospital. She was riding somebody's face, and she was riding like I thought she was riding pain, but she was riding tongue. I said, okay, mom. I said, okay, girl, I see you, girl. I see you. I see you. So I was like, okay, Molly, get your everything. But yeah, she went on to the hospital and, didn't feel real comfortable because she was barely dressed. And Issa showed up and basically saved her, because while they waiting for, her mother to be seen, for them to be able to see her mother, because she was, I guess in surgery, Issa showed up and they switched clothes because she was just dressed like she had went to the club, and Issa went to her place to get a change of clothes, and Nathan was with her because he took her there. He gave her a ride there, and so she called him to pick her back up, and so they went to Molly's place, and so she's finding what she's gonna take with her, to Molly for her to change. And they walked Molly's dog, Flavor Flav, which is hilarious to me. So Flavor Flav is getting walked by Nathan and Issa, and she loses Flavor Flav because Flavor Flav gets off of the chain and he runs off, and they ain't paying no attention, and when they look down, it's too late. And so they basically sit outside of Molly's building and wait for Flavor Flav to come back, which he did, which is kind of weird because he looked like some type of French poodle or French bulldog or something. He's a different type of breed. And they definitely he didn't get stolen, and I don't understand that. My mama had a little mixed breed Cotton Terrier and Pomeranian, and somebody stole that dog, that little puppy, and she was sitting right out front doing her yard, and they stole the dog. So a little girl, I don't even want to talk about it. It's gonna make me mad. And yeah, maybe she's old enough to get her ass kicked now. I don't know, but that's neither here nor there. So and then we see that Kelly, is that her name? Amanda Seales' character, I always forget her name. Forgive me. I'm not perfect. I'm sure Kelly is the goofy one that's always high, that died and came back. So we see, and it'll come to me, her name. She's talking about moving to Denver, her and her husband, because he's got a job offer there. I guess it's more money and they can stretch it more there. And he's got family there, but she's just apprehensive because she doesn't know what she's going to do without her girls. And they like, shoot, we ain't never going nowhere. You can always call us. We'll be there in a flash, but basically reassuring her. And so they had sort of like a girls' night out, and they stayed in and got drunk and ate and, played games and whatnot. So it was kind of cute. We did see Dro calling Molly. And then we saw Issa trying to call Lawrence, and then Molly stopped her. So I guess that next day is when Lawrence had tried to call her, and she rejected it. Well, she didn't reject it. She just didn't answer, and it went to voicemail, and I don't think it's going to leave no voicemail. But hopefully the next episode will show her calling him right back. Like, oh, I didn't know, what's up? And will they both want a date? Does he want to have a sit down with Issa? Because she needs one. They need one. And they need to get back together. I don't want to hear this because they have not really been back together since the first season when they broke up. That's when the last time they was really together, because they was trying it when your girl said she was pregnant. So, and then has it just 3 months later. She just said she was pregnant at the end of the last season. So how was it only 3 months from then and the whole baby's here? Issa, I'm tripping on this timeline because it was 2 years ago and you saying it's only 3 months lapse, and I don't understand that. Because I'm pretty sure she had that baby this season and she had just announced her pregnancy last season. Yeah, tell me if I'm wrong, because that's what I remember. So 3 months ain't flying with me, boo, because we all know. What do you call it? Incubation? No, that's not what it's called. Gestation. Whatever it is when you're having a baby, the time it takes for you to carry that baby is 9 months for a human. So we're not going to do 3 months. Anyway, And of course, you know, Issa and Molly had not been talking for a long time, remember? They had to rekindle their friendship. So it was more than 3 months since Coachella. Like, should have been Coachella some years ago, but. And Issa to be on a new job, I don't know. 3 months threw me off. Y'all tell me if it threw y'all off. That's about all I want to say. With Molly's mother did get, she came out of her coma, so, or inoculated. She's not inoculated anymore. She woke up, and you know that's good news. So it doesn't look like she's gonna be passing, which is a good thing. But they did find out that she had been having some of her health issues from the kids, so that's no more. She's been found out, and Molly's definitely gonna keep a track of that, a closer track. But we're just gonna have to see what happens with Molly and Lawrence and Nathan next week. And I hate for her to even be involved with Nathan, because she's gonna kind of feel like his mental health is on her shoulders. And so she's gonna make decisions based off of what she thinks he can handle. And I don't like that. I don't like that, because he was literally about to leave and not even, you know, and just be gone. And you just told him you loved him. Now he love you back. And I'm like, whatever, boy. Whatever, boy. We just gonna have to see. And I don't know what y'all think, but I am definitely team Issa and Lawrence. That's what I want. Now, y'all tell me what y'all want, but that's what I want. And that's about all I got to say about Issa. But I want to talk a little bit about Portia and her family and whatnot. Now, when the whole news broke about Portia, you know, being engaged to Fallon's husband at the time, I was just kind of like, Because on the show, on The Real Housewives of Atlanta, they had announced Fallon as one of Portia's friends. And I'm like, well, why would she be trying to get with her friend's husband? That doesn't make any sense. We knew he was rich, but that's no reason to, you know, break that type of code, because that karma's not going to be nice. And then, you know, things started coming out. They, you know, started speaking out, showing their happiness. And I kind of started like leaning towards, you know, supporting. I was going to support her anyway, because I'm Team Portia, but I just got to be able to defend you in these streets, girl. And so when I saw the picture of her, you know, Simon and Dennis all together, I was like, oh, if Dennis ain't mad, then I ain't mad. How am I be mad if Dennis ain't mad? I wanted Dennis and Portia to be together. And I still want Dennis and Portia to be together. I think she's shown out plenty with this relationship. And I think that Dennis would still have her if she would have him. And that's what I would love to see happen, because I don't trust this Simon guy to stay married to Portia for the rest of her life, because he doesn't do that. He switches wives out. He's African. And he's already made mention of, you know, her possibly letting him have at least one other wife. Like, no, bruh. You don't live in Nigeria no more. You live in America, and we do the monogamy thing over here. And, you know, so I don't really know how I feel about that. And I don't know how I feel about the fact that she didn't want Dennis to show up with another female. How are you a whole fiance and concerned with who Dennis brings? And you talking about what, well, I don't want him bringing some random in my house. No, honey. You said as long as her butt ain't bigger than yours last week. Why does that even matter? Like, why does that matter if you are really over Dennis? And I just don't feel like you are. And I just feel like you need to give us what we want, which is you and Dennis together. I don't want to see you with a man 17 years older than you, Portia. You don't need to do that. Dennis understands. You made your point. No, I'm just playing. If they really in love, then I'm still Team Portia, and I'm Team Simon too, if that's what it has to be. I'm just stating what I would like to see. And I would like to see Portia get away from that. Now, it looks like Portia's family is going to be very, very critical of Simon, because they liked Dennis. But they starting to show that they like Simon now, like he's the you know, the bread and the butter. But that's just because he got more money than Dennis. I think that's the only reason, because he was a whole husband when their relationship went public. So for them to not really care about that, but care about Dennis cheating her there in Atlanta, I ain't buying it. Unless, you know, he's just giving them great gifts and giving them great reasons to feel like he's a good guy. And I don't know, but one thing that did surprise me about Simon was his willingness to cry really fast when he thought that he had put, you know, Portia in a bad situation. It's like he was really about to cry. I don't know if I want my African man being that doggone sensitive. I told you I got a problem with liking toxic masculinity. I'm not saying that you can't cry, but I'm saying over this, I mean, okay. I mean, I would expect for a man to cry if, you know, if I say I don't want this relationship anymore. Okay, you can cry now. You lost a family member. Okay, you can cry now. You lost a friend. You can cry now. But we can't both be crying over the African commercials where the little kids are starving and whatnot. We can't both be crying over, you know, Forrest Gump when Bubba died. You know what I'm saying? We can't both be crying. Like, bro, I need you to be able to toughen up at times. I mean, if I'm crying during the Lion King and I look at you and you crying too, like, hold on. What is this? So I think it's beautiful that he is that vulnerable around her. I just don't know if I would want it for me. Which is good because he didn't ask me to marry him. So that's a good thing. So let me see. I think, can we talk about Portia's mama real quick? Oh, she's just too fine. Too fine. And what she said, she was 63. Jeez Louise, she's built like a shit brick house. I said, okay then, Portia mama. Okay. And then Dennis mama, well, she's real salty. I don't like that. The way she was trying to handle Portia. I ain't like that, talking about you cheated too. When did she cheat? We didn't hear about that. And if she did cheat, you would have heard it from your son and not her mother. Her mother said her relationship with the man, which could have been her manager. It could have been Ricky Smiley, the dude that she used to work for. It could have been any man in any type of relationship. You just assumed that man that she was cheating. Girl, boo. Your son would have told you that. Your son would have told you that. The blogs would have told you that. So stop it. You know, I'm not going for that, you know, but I can understand her wanting to defend her son, but she also needs to just listen sometimes, and maybe she can see where she maybe went wrong. No, I'm just shut your mouth and maybe you'll learn what you did wrong. Okay? Nah, but she didn't necessarily do anything wrong. He's just who he is. And, you know, they say a man is as faithful as his options. Or, you know, he'll have as many women as he can afford, and Dennis has got multiple millions of dollars. So, you know, what floats his boat don't rock mine. So I'll never be the one to sit here and judge him. I just want Portia to do what truly makes her happy. And I don't know if she has the happiness that, well, she definitely has inner joy. I just don't think she needs Simon to enhance that joy. I don't think that's necessary. I think she needs to put him back where he was and let somebody else catch him, and she needs to go get her man. I think she needs to get Dennis, and that's just my opinion. And we ain't heard nothing about her and Simon's breaking up, so it's probably not gonna happen. But that's how I feel. I feel like she's definitely still into Dennis, because again, you wouldn't be caring about who, what, and why he's bringing whoever to an event you invited him to. How he can't bring no date and you got a whole fiance? Like, make that make sense, Portia. You're gonna have to, you know, it ain't making no sense right now. So I need you to not care what he's doing and only care when it concerns your daughter. And that's the way it should be. Let that man live, since you trying to live, right? You want us to let you live, let that man live. So, or in this charade, which I know it's not a charade, because she would not have sold her house if it was a charade. Let's be clear. She is definitely into this man as much as she says, because she would not have given her house up. I could see her renting it, but not giving it up. Nope, don't see that happening. So kudos to Portia, and let's just see where it goes. I'm definitely team Portia no matter what she decides, but I just thought I'd put it out in the atmosphere that I want Portia and Dennis together again, because that baby looked just like them. And it's just that on that. I mean, half her, half him. Well, actually, Pilar looks just like Portia did when she was a little baby. Even though people say she looked like Dennis, no, she really looked like her mama. But we can definitely see Dennis as well. So I guess that's all I have to say. And those are the only 2 shows I'm going to do tonight. And I will be doing double up shows on these little videos, on these short videos, when I don't have a whole lot to say about the show, but I just want to get my opinions out there. So be on the lookout for that. I'm going to probably do another one tomorrow. Okay? So if you would, hit my subscribe button. And that is my $5.02. Peace.